So John, back home at New Douglas Park tomorrow to take on Partick Thistle. How are we feeling ahead of the game?
Looking forward to it. Delighted to be back home. Obviously, Thistle come off the back of a good result last week, so we know it's going to be a difficult game against a tough opponent, but we're really looking forward to it.
And obviously last week we left it late, but we did get a point in Kirkcaldy, and you mentioned after the game that it wasn't good enough, we didn't deserve anything from it, but now's a chance to put it right at home in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, I think, well, when you look at the game, it started really well. The middle is almost forgettable at times, and then we finished it really well in the end, but we have to make sure we address that bit in the middle, and that's what we've been working on through the week. The players know that, we've spoke about it. It's the moments that we switch off are the big moments in the game. We can't afford that to happen. So again, they've took it on board. We've worked really, really hard this week, and hopefully we can see that come to fruition tomorrow. As I said at the beginning there, yeah, we started the game well last week, but there was so much more to come from us at that particular moment in time. Why we stopped, only we can answer that, and we have to address that and put it right. Yeah, it was a good moment in the game when we got ahead so early, but at that time we have to build momentum. And again, it's a new group, we're learning, but it has to be better than that, and everyone knows that.
And just on that, how has training been this week?
Training's been really good, been really upbeat, as you can imagine. The mood after the game, obviously in the space of a corner kick, the mood completely changed. The talk after the game changes, everything changes at that point. But when we get back in Monday morning and we address what we felt went wrong in the game, the players take that on board, and then we start to work on that. So training's been good, it's been really upbeat, it's been at a good tempo all week, so they've worked hard. So we're ready for the game tomorrow. The result last Saturday, coming from the way it did and the way we played, obviously gives everyone a lift.
And obviously last week, Charlie Albinson missing from the squad. It's also been reported this week Keane Newbury picked up an injury in the reserve game. What are the updates in them, and is there any other fresh injury concerns?
Yeah, so obviously Charlie against Livingston felt a pull at the top of his thigh, which was obviously no great, but he managed to get through to the end of the game. He felt that he could get through the last wee bit of the game and make sure that we could try and make substitutes on the pitch rather than him being in goals, which is admirable. And obviously he suffered for that as a consequence. Last week he wasn't able to do anything. This week we've been able to get him back on the pitch. Various different movements and some handling drills. He's not quite ready yet, but he's on the path to come back. Keane, we played a reserve game on Tuesday. It was a young group that played. Keane done really well in the game, but only managed to get 65 minutes in, and then he felt a pop at the back of his knee. At the time he was able to put weight on it. Just now he's in a pair of crutches awaiting a scan. Hopefully it's not too bad. The kid had really good promise. We've seen him in a couple of games this season so far, and he's took to the next level his game, and we wanted to continue that. He's just been unfortunate with what looks like it's not a knock, but no one near him, so it's a difficult one. But once we get it assessed, then we'll know where he is. Dylan McGowan's back in training, which is good. It's a good lift for the players. He's not taking part in any ball work yet, but just having him and his voice involved in the warm-up and different running drills, it boosts everyone. You can see how loud he is, and his personality becomes important to have the group. And Dara Connor's getting close. He's joined in training this week, not quite ready yet, but he's not too far away. And again, having him back in the fold and being that wide man with the aggression and balls into the box is something that we're looking to add to the group really, really quickly.
And finally, I mentioned to the fans as well, obviously we mentioned it last week, the reaction at the end of that game, given the equaliser came so late, but we're back at home. We've seen how good the fans have been against Dunfermline, against Airdrie as well. We need more of the same again tomorrow. Yeah,
I've spoken about it after the game last week, how that togetherness when Ollie scores and the players and supporters come together, it's really important. With them, we're a different animal. And you can see the crowd, there's a crowd building at this side now, we can see it getting bigger each week. But not only that, the noise and the atmosphere that it generates, the players feed off that, and hopefully they can bring that noise again tomorrow. The players feed off it, and it brings another energy, and it takes their game to a new level. And if we can bring that togetherness, it's really important for the players. Really important. I can't stress that enough. Yeah, we'll have tough times in games, but if they can get behind us and get back and back us through those periods, then it'll come good again. And that togetherness we need between now and the end of the season, we can build that, and it's pleasing because we are getting more and more numbers every week, and there's more noise in the stadium, so it's great.
Brilliant, John. Thank you very
much.
much.
Thank you.